I am live at the Hudson County, New Jersey Commissioners meeting. I'll be speaking in a few minutes during the public comment time on some explosive stuff.
Yes, may I have a motion to...
Here you go.
Second.
Commissioner Pontilivski.
Aye.
Commissioner Vasquez.
Yes.
Commissioner Cedeno.
Yes.
Commissioner Cifelli.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Day. Then we vote on the agenda. Commissioner Walker. Chairman Romano.
Yes.
May I have a motion to approve all the items listed on the consent agenda?
Motion co-pilot.
Second.
didn't vote on that. Yes, that last one.
Harry,
Carried.
yeah, they have you as yes now.
Here you go. Welcome, everybody.
Okay.
And this is the Hudson County, New Jersey Commissioners meeting.
Commissioner Pontilivski.
Everybody.
Commissioner Vasquez. Commissioner Cedeno.
Yes.
Commissioner Cifelli.
Hey, hello, Dub.
Commissioner
Is that
O'Day.
LIA here? Hello, Long Island Audit.
Commissioner
Good to see you.
Walker.
Yes.
Louis, let's
Chairman
ovo
Romano.
Yes.
full light.
I was skipping
Commissioner
that.
Rodriguez. Commissioner Rodriguez.
I was told that if I came here today, I would be arrested.
Commissioner
But
O'Day.
Hudson County Sheriff Frank Scolari, he's a good man. And even though Mayor Brian Staggs has been trying to get me arrested, and he was telling people to arrest me tonight, apparently, Frank Scolari would have none of
I
that.
asked you to provide me the backup.
Also,
on the
Commissioner
scope
Bill O'Day,
for
who's speaking now, he's a good man.
I asked you at the committee meeting the other day.
Right.
Public speaking will be coming up in a few minutes here.
You did, yeah, he said you did it to him. He explained that the scope was provided by Murray, but he said you would get it.
Please smash the like button, everybody.
Already addressed it with you.
Yeah, like, can you get to me tomorrow? I'll come by to your office.
Yep, get it to you tomorrow.
And then you gotta get me the, I think.
Hello, South Jersey News Full Court
the
Press.
application required for some of these.
Yeah, he spoke to you
And
about
I
that also.
spoke to him about that. Thank you.
We have three ordinances for introduction. We have the replacement ordinance. That's the ordinance establishing the division of planning's role and responsibility in the Department of Parks, which acts as the Hudson County Shade Tree Division for the Hudson County Code. This is for introduction. Commissioner Pontilivski.
I know it's kind of hard to hear everyone. Everything's very quiet.
I won.
Oh, I'm sorry. Aye.
Commissioner Vasquez. Commissioner Cedeno.
Yes.
Commissioner Cifelli.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez. Commissioner O'Day.
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez.
Yes.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairman Romano.
Yes.
The ordinance has been introduced. Ordinance number I-3.
Yeah, they're speaking so quietly. It's crazy.
Excuse me, I have a request. No one can hear over here. If everyone would be able to speak up, that would be super helpful. Thank you.
Okay, ordinance I-2, this is for introduction. Roads and public property, ordinance amending chapter 200, article 8.11 of the administrative code to establish a restricted parking space on John F. Kennedy Boulevard, city of Bayonne, for Claire B. Konopka. Commissioner Pontilivski.
Aye.
Commissioner Vasquez.
Yes.
Commissioner Cedeno. Commissioner Cifelli. Commissioner Lopez. Commissioner O'Day.
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez.
Yes.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairman Romano.
Yes.
Ordinance I-3. It's an ordinance to establish and authorize salary increases for certain county offices, positions, and...
Can you hear a little bit better now?
Commissioners in accordance with the provisions of New Jersey law and the Hudson County Administrative Code. I need a sponsor and a second.
Second.
Commissioner Pontilivski.
Aye.
Commissioner Vasquez. Cedeno? Commissioner Sefeli? Commissioner Lopez? Commissioner O'Day?
Staying on introduction.
No, Vinny, I don't see Scalzo anywhere.
Commissioner Rodriguez?
yes,
Commissioner Walker?
Yes.
Chairman Romano?
Yes.
The ordinance has been introduced. I have one ordinance for a second reading.
So I just wanted to comment on that introduction. So my two concerns is, one, I don't think salary increases should be walked on at the last minute. And secondly, this is proposing to raise salaries over a 4-year period, when we would, in the past, vote on an annual basis. And I don't think it's responsible, not knowing what the tax situation in any given year is going to be for us to
Commissioners meeting,
vote
exclamation point.
on increases going forward. If anyone remembers, it was myself who pointed out a number of years ago when the former county executive, Januszewski, put in something which wasn't an ordinance, perpetually increasing salaries. And to the credit of
Yeah, I'm bringing the camera closer to myself. I can see your
got that change, but technically.
comments here. And thank you everyone for joining us. I know it's a challenge to hear.
And there were years that there was not a vote to give an increase based on the financial situation of the county. This seemingly is going back to a point in time where they're increasing salaries 25, 26, 27, 28. I think that, and I will, at second reading, unless you guys are willing to amend it now, amend it to take out all the years going forward. Every year, we adopt a budget. After we adopt a budget, we should vote as to whether or not we believe that increases should be granted based on whatever the situation is. I have a problem voting, in fact, we're voting on increases that extend beyond our term of office. I just don't think that's appropriate and proper. So I'm saying that unless it can get changed to eliminating the years going forward, I will not be able to support this.
Should I continue?
Yes.
We have one ordinance for a second reading and adoption. Ordinance A1, it's the Finance Administration. Ordinance of the County of Hudson, State of New Jersey, authorizing guaranteeing the payment of the principal and the interest not exceeding $52,500,000. Allocated principal amount of the county's guaranteed housing revenue bond issued by the Hudson County Improvement Authority for the purpose of providing additional security thereof in setting such financing and certain other matters in connection therewith. This is the context for the public hearing of this ordinance, which was introduced at the meeting of February 27, 2025. Advertised as required by law together with the notice of hearing at this time. It's been posted on the county commissioner's bulletin board and made available to the general public. Are there any speakers on this ordinance? I see none. I need a motion.
Motion to close.
O'Day, Lopez.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? On the final adoption. Commissioner Pontilivski? Aye. Commissioner Vasquez? Commissioner Cedeno? Commissioner Sefeli? Yes. Commissioner Lopez? Commissioner O'Day?
I vote yes, and I think that this is good public policy because it's encouraging and assisting the development of significant number of affordable housing units, low mod units.
Welcome, everyone.
Tax
I'm
compliance.
talking quietly, of course. I don't want to disturb
In
you.
Jersey City, I think, as well.
Anyone speaking at the meeting. I'm so happy you're spending some time with us. I want to thank so much Full Court Press, who's always there. My very good friend, Full Court Press, colleague. Also, I want to thank Sean Auden, my very good friend as well. And he's been awesome in exposing staff and the corruption's going on here. I appreciate each one of you for your support, every single one of you. God bless you all.
Commissioner Walker?
Yes.
Chairman Romano?
Yes.
The ordinance has been.
Accountability for All. I want to thank him as well. Big shout out to Accountability for All.
Items of business on
He's the first person when I first started this. He shared my channel with everyone and helped hugely. So thank you so much, Josh.
I raised in email to the administrator my concern about facility that currently houses, that has a 10-bed contract to house individuals, especially individuals who are released and have a substance abuse issue and they're in cold water.
They have these meetings at 4:30 p.m., which is ridiculous. It prevents 95% of the people from showing up and knowing what the government is voting on, what rights they are taking away.
To do a lease for all the beds as opposed to lease on a bed-by-bed basis. Leasing on a bed-by-bed basis, especially if there's another instance where you lease a building, puts that building at a significant disadvantage. Additionally, we tend to put so many people into hotels, and there are no services for those individuals at a cost that's significantly or is more money than the fact that we pay at that building. So I would ask the administration, I know I spoke to Abe once, what is the status of trying to resolve and address that situation? Or
Here, I'll give you a show of the room here.
Abe, I spoke directly to you.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, it's been resolved. We are going to be making welfare referrals to that agency so that any unfilled beds will be met by the referrals from the welfare agency.
But I thought part of what we were going to do is to actually amend the contracts so the contracts were paid.
There's no need to amend them. I had council review that. There was no need to amend them.
I understand.
I think there's two issues
You're
here.
saying
Right.
you want to create a minimum
Correct.
payment.
Correct.
That's not what we discussed, and
Correct.
that has to be reviewed for procurement purposes. So I think what was discussed, that the administrator was alluding to, is that the beds would be filled by a referral from
So, I think we would have to, my understanding, Commissioner, we would have to go through an RFP to amend the resolution for a minimum. But the Division Chief of Reentry and the Division Chief of Welfare will meet tomorrow. Welfare gets about 350 applications for housing every week. On average, the vendor that we are speaking about is about 2 beds from complete occupancy. So within those 350 applications, some of which come from the judiciary, there will be 3 people that meet the criteria that reentry will define, and welfare will refer the person directly to the vendor.
But again, I still think we need to pursue the other issue, because I don't know how long that happens. The entity in question, or all the entities in question, has to roll the risk as to whether or not that happens. They don't control that process. And meanwhile, the operating costs of those facilities are set in a manner where 2 empty beds equals 20% of the revenue that building gets on a monthly basis. And at 80% of revenue, the building, they'll be out of business. And then we need more beds, not less beds. We're doing the great thing by doing this.
Please smash the like button, everybody.
Ultimately, Belmont
Please share
Avenue
this as well.
into a higher level of care facility. But in doing so, you're losing 40 beds, correct?
Correct?
So we need to guarantee those other facilities an income stream to ensure their ability to operate. Otherwise, they go out of business and we're up the creek without a paddle. So I would suggest by the next meeting, if you gotta go put an RFP out again, put it out in as reasonably expedited a manner as possible. Based on the requirements, it's not like there's a lineup of places that are able to respond to it, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying, it's not like 5 other
Let's see if
buildings
Zoom
out
works
there
on
that
here.
are
One time Zoom
responsible
got stuck.
Based on the requirements of what you need to have in order to respond to. I mean, we actually, if you recall, we had to add a building because people were referred to a building and sent to a building that wasn't even on a respondent to an RFP, right, Mr. Administrator?
Thank you, just one person, so I appreciate you.
So if that was able to be
I appreciate
done,
Vinny, South Jersey
then
News.
getting this done,
He's a new
which
channel. He's
is
awesome. He's a good
providing
man.
a
Please
set
subscribe
of
to South
dollar
Jersey
amounts.
News.
The way we do that
Put your
with
link
the
in here,
Y,
Vinny, so people can find you.
right? The Y in North. We pay them for those beds. Now, in that case, we pay them even when we don't use them, right, Mr. Administrator? We don't think that there's any instance here that we're not gonna use them. What we're gonna wind up doing is, instead of sending people to the hotel,
I got you, BB.
we'll send individuals to this facility and the other facility. And in doing so, if family services as well as reentry are doing their job well, we'll be sending individuals who will best be served by being located there because of the services that they provide. I would ask that you move forward with that process as quickly as possible. I don't-
South Jersey just put his link up there, so keep putting that link throughout the entire live stream, please, everybody.
We're gonna go out of business.
Let's get him up to 1,000 subscribers so he can monetize.
Are there any comments from the chief of staff to the county executive?
Patty, anything?
Jerry has his hand up. No, Jerry Walker has his hand up.
Jerry,
Jerry has his hand
Jerry,
up.
go ahead.
No, we're all good. We're all good, thank you.
Jerry, go ahead.
Yes, yesterday we had a really good experience with the 2 students from high tech. They really made a lot of connection. One particular student, he's getting some aid from Seton Hall, from his other one coming in terms of his tuition payment. I lost my voice, so excuse my voice, please. But it was a great experience for them guys. They did a really good job. They got
Is that the voice of God? He's not here.
walk around the whole arena. They had press passes. They had a chance to, ask some of the coaches of the Big East some questions at the press conference, which was really cool for them. So I'm just thrilled about that. I also, to my colleagues over there, I did speak to Rick Pitino. I'll let him know about you coming from St. John's. And he said he wanted to meet you.
All right,
So
we'll set it up.
I'm gonna try to arrange that for you. But yeah, so I just wanted to put that on the record, because there was some forces that was trying to not let that happen. But it was a great experience for the 2 gentlemen. So I just wanted to let everybody know that.
Great job, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Can you hear me? Hi guys, I'm sorry, I'm
Go
sick.
ahead, go ahead, Jenny.
Yeah, my son got a virus in school and passed through the house, sorry about this, I wish I was there in person. Just a reminder to say hi and thank you. I'm really glad we are
You get a sweep of the room here.
supporting our unions and our staff, with everything that's being considered. And just a reminder for everyone, my phone is open. Even when I'm sick, I answer my phone. So feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'm here. That's it, thanks.
Thank you.
The chairman, the chief of staff reminded me something. I spoke to her briefly yesterday, and I don't want to go into that length, but I just don't know what, maybe a contracts committee that should have a meeting. But I know that there's mailings done to promote county services. And my concern is that there's better ways to mail that will be more effective. So currently, it
That's
appears
Commissioner
that they
Bill O'Day.
mail
He's a good guy.
just off a voter list. So if.
He's running for Jersey City mayor.
In a single-family house like the one I live, there are 5 people.
He supports
there are
our
5
rights.
Particular mailings.
He's one of the
in that house.
few good ones.
Other than 1 or maybe 2, and they do have different names, but it's a single unit.
If you go to his Facebook
Conversely,
page,
if you have a
it should be
unit
like Bill O'Day for
where
mayor or something.
individuals are
We'll
not
give him a
registered,
shout out there.
They never get the mail. So if if you don't have your citizenship yet, you'll never know about the services that are being offered via those mailings. So other places mail based off of a list that says building whatever, apartment 1, apartment 2, apartment 3, apartment 4. That way, whether you're a registered voter or not a registered voter, you get the mail, so then you know what services the county offers. And then those units don't get mailed 20 different, or 5 different pieces of mail, which doesn't seem to be necessarily cost effective. So I would just ask that, that the contracts meeting.
Can I respond?
I would ask that the contracts committee have a meeting to discuss it. And then the other mistake was that they didn't even, if you read the mailing, you wouldn't know that we existed. There's no mention that there's even a board of commission. Oh, I
Can
know.
I respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I respond, please? So Commissioner, as I told you, every piece has the board of commissioners on it going forward, and the mail stops until I see the list myself personally and deal with it. But I already mentioned to you yesterday, the door hangers have the board of commissioners on it, and that is why we follow up with in-person door knocking, so that even if
These are people
people don't get
externally
mail,
calling in,
they
of
get
course.
door knocks and in-person contact, which is often better than mail. in terms of county resources.
Just so you didn't tell me that yesterday, but.
I told you I put I just told you I put the banner on the mail piece, right?
No, the banner you told me, but.
Now,
of-
Albert
of
Cifelli, he's like
door
Dr. Jekyll and
knockers
Mr. Hyde.
getting to other
Sometimes
people.
he's right on.
That we've discussed before, but.
However,
that is-
he
that is-
hates the
that
First
is,
Amendment. He claims he loves the First
there's a
Amendment,
follow-through with
but he
actual
does not
person-to-person contact
like
for that
people
piece.
speaking
Yeah,
candidly
I'll
and directly
email it, and no
to
more
him or the
emails.
board.
Go through it
Though I've
myself.
had some good conversations with him afterwards. So he at least engages with me, unlike Mayor Senator Stagg, who is so corrupt and he just ignores people and talks to other people when they're speaking at the commission meeting.
They do it through a mail house, and they have a mail house.
That's the guy who hates the First Amendment, though claims he loves it. He's a lawyer.
You hear that, Jim?
Commissioner
Right, they
Albert
already-
J. Cifelli.
That's what they came up with, so that's again, Commissioner Ryan.
Oh, look at this. Fanny Sedano is Mayor Brian Stack's personal secretary.
I'll take a look at the list.
She knows all the dirty secrets, all the skeletons in the closet, and she double dips as a commissioner here in Hudson County.
The other issue is that, my belief is that it's a voter, it's what voter.
So literally, she's with Stack every single day. She knows all the collusion and corruption that he's engaged in every single day.
So then there's, and that does say a current resident.
Why would she do that to herself? To integrity.
I believe there's a.
I invite her to call the Leroy Truth Hotline right now. She can turn over, like you said, attorney state's evidence, which she should do. Turn over Leroy Truth evidence as well.
Jenny, I'll chair of the contracts committee too. Okay.
Now that's Chairperson Anthony Romano, who is a total Mayor Brian Stack puppet. And I heard from numerous sources that he tried to get me physically removed from it the first meeting I spoke at. And the sheriff, Frank Schlowery, refused. Here we go, public speaking time.
Good evening, Nadia Verkowski, Hoboken resident. It's been a few years since I've been here. Nice to see some of you again. Nice to meet the other folks. Unfortunately, I am back again to talk about immigration. I'd like to remind you that being undocumented or out of status is a civil offense, not a criminal offense. So
Public
how
comment
about
time
we
is
use a
now.
scenario? You forget to renew your driver's license. I just got it in the mail the other day for mine. I did it already, luckily, but let's say you forget. You realize it, you're on your way to work, you're on your way to drop off your kids, and you actually drive with an outdated driver's license. You're committing a civil offense. Scenario again, you get into an accident. It's really bad. People took video, police comes, you're at fault. It's so bad, you actually get arrested. 99.9% of that time, you will be in jail, you will get a lawyer, you will get put in front of a judge, and you will post bail, and you will be home that night. 99.9% of immigrants being arrested by ICE
Won't be able to see your
will
chat
not be home
where the camera
that
is.
night. They will be sent to horrible prison conditions. We know they're horrible. And they will be put into deportation line right away. They might be sent back home to a place where they tried to escape from, Cuba, for example, or sent to a country that they haven't been to since they were a child, or even a country where they don't speak the language. Recently, the New York Times reported that 3.7 million immigration cases are on backlog. These are legal cases. When I applied for my green card, I'm from Germany, in 2006, they were backlogged for 7.5, or actually almost 8 years, to 1999. I was illegal for 7.5 years waiting for my green card. But I didn't get arrested, luckily, because back then we didn't have a dictator as a president, and I am white. Another thing that I would like to remind you is the Fifth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution guarantees that no person, regardless of nationality, regardless of nationality, immigration status, or political affiliation, shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law. The 14th Amendment reinforces this as well. So these rights are not conditional, they are fundamental. And when they are violated for one person, they are threatened for all of us. This is why I speak up, and you, as elected officials, must stand strong against this current regime and uphold the Constitution for all of our neighbors, friends, and families. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker.
Next speaker is Sylvia Schwartz.
As you know, in January, ICE raided a local establishment and detained undocumented residents as well as citizens, one of which was a veteran, without producing a warrant, a violation of the U.S. Constitution's Fourth Amendment. Newark's mayor was outraged, and Congresswoman McIver delivered condemnation, especially since the governor has barred New Jersey from entering into contracts with ICE. While the Third Circuit Court of Appeals is waiting to be heard, the state cannot enforce the state law on immigration detention as it pertains to private companies. You must ask yourself what your moral obligation is to ICE. ICE declines to talk to the press. They stonewall families trying to locate loved ones who have disappeared into the system, and there are no assurances that people are being treated safely and humanely. In fact, it's quite the opposite. In Germany, those with a conscience looked for ways to comply with orders while slowing the process they knew was morally wrong. I am pleading with you to do the same. The Newark mayor has said that the Geo Group, the private prison firm that wants to open Delaney Hall in Newark, hasn't taken the proper steps to open the building. There's no fire permit. There's no elevator permit. No change of use permit. While some citizens may choose not to re-elect you based upon your choices, it is really your children and your grandchildren who will ultimately judge you for the decisions and actions that you take. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Hello, everyone. I'm Leroy Truth of Leroy Truth Investigations, and welcome to everyone live streaming as well. Number one, 4:30 p.m. is a pathetic time for these meetings. 95% of people can't attend these meetings in Hudson County. I'm asking that to be changed to 7 p.m. As corrupt and dirty as Mayor Brian Stack is, at least he has meetings at 7 p.m. when he's not canceling them to prevent me from speaking at them. Number two, some people have said, Leroy, why are the meetings so calm when you're here at commissioner meetings, but not in Union City? Well, the common denominator is Brian Stack. He's not here. I appreciate the professionalism of each of you, even if I disagree with some of you. In fact, even Commissioner Cefeli, we disagree on some things, but we have several conversations after. I appreciate that. Now, this is extremely important. I have had hundreds and hundreds of people from Family Services, the Hudson County Department of Family Services, Jersey City Board of Education, and sheriff's officers, to name a few, that have contacted me, pleading with me to help them to get their hazard pay from COVID. It's been 4 years. They keep being deterred, oh, you know, it's going to come. So I'm asking, I know, Bill, you're a good man, and many of you are here, and women. And I'm asking you to do whatever you need to do. They are frustrated. There's even talk of a walkout at the Family Services Division. It's been 4 years. So on behalf of them, I'm asking you to immediately address this. We only have 3 minutes, so I'm going to keep this rolling. I'm also disappointed with whoever would be, if this is you, the fire marshals, my good friend, Full Court Press. He discovered an egregious violation of the fire code in Hudson County Prosecutor's Office, Esther Suarez. It was a death trap with no egress to get out of that lobby. It was like that for 15 or 16 years. People could have died. But Full Court Press, he noticed it, and I was there with him. I exposed it. It took a week, and I think Commissioner O'Day was part of getting that entire intake on the 6th floor, the death trap of Esther Suarez, Hudson County Prosecutor's Office, brought down temporarily to the 1st floor until it's fixed. I only have a minute left here. Only 3 minutes is so short. This is huge. You have to look into this. I have been told by numerous sources that the sprinkler system in the Superior Court Municipal Complex is inadequate. If there is a fire, I have been told people will die. And I'm asking you to address this. I talked to the main fire inspector, I forget his name, he's in Trenton, and he didn't care. He said, oh, send me an email. They're due for an inspection. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I am doing my due diligence and duty by sharing this with you. You have to immediately inspect the fire sprinkler system to see if it in fact is inadequate. And lastly, my last 23 seconds, I've heard the new building, the Frank Borini building, I've been in contact with members of the family. They say, open it. Only problem is, it's a mess. Structurally, it's a mess. It's inhabitable, I've been told, and there's mold, mildew, uninhabitable. So please address that as well. Many sources have told me this. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I want to go on record that when someone raises a question as to whether the sprinkler system is inadequate, I would ask that the administration, certainly under whatever contractual arrangement we have, to check that we have that done expeditiously and let us know that it's been done and what the results were. And then if you don't do that, I as an elected official find myself with no recourse but to reach out directly to the Commissioner of the Department of Community Affairs to request that they send the appropriate inspector to come inspect.
Commissioner, I believe the speaker referred to the municipal court. We don't
You
have a
said the
municipal.
Jersey City Municipal Court?
No. Trenton.
In other words, point of order, sorry, you talked quite confused, you said municipal court.
Oh, then I misspoke. I meant the Hudson County Superior.
595.
Right, Superior Court Complex is what I meant. Yes.
595 North Avenue, 580.
Right across the street from here.
595 North Avenue, that's what I thought you said.
Yes.
So 595 North Avenue.
We would have to contact, we don't have any jurisdiction over 595. You know, we have to let the DCA know because they're the ones that have to inspect it.
I did, and he didn't care. He said, oh, they're due for an inspection. I talked to the gentleman. He said they're due for an inspection at some point. I said, it's got to be done now.
So, Leroy Wilson, I have the greatest regard for the current Commissioner of the Department of Community Affairs, and we will send that Commissioner a text message, probably before the meeting ends.
I appreciate that.
Requesting that they have the appropriate inspector go immediately or as soon as possible to conduct whatever inspection of the sprinkler/fire suppression system.
But Commissioner, we will also look into it. I just wanted to clarify that we don't have any jurisdiction. That doesn't mean we can't look into it. We will.
You can check,
Yes. No, again, I don't know if it's true or not, but I have had numerous sources that are credible that know people, shall we say, and they said it is the entire building.
and we can, look, I mean, DCA can come do the inspection. We certainly have the ability to test our own system.
Oh, sure.
To make sure it's adequate, and we don't need to wait to do that.
I don't disagree with you. I was just clarifying about the inspection, since the speaker said about inspection, but we will certainly look into
We
that.
could have someone come,
We have a vendor that comes and
have
tests
the
it.
vendor come in the next day or two.
Correct.
test the system.
Right.
Provide you with a email that, yes, it's perfectly working as it should, there's no issues, or that there are issues, and this is the plan of action to address the business.
Correct.
Simple as that.
Right, and one last thing.
There being no further business to come before the board,
Oh,
we have a motion to
can I share
adjourn.
something?
Your time is up.
Hey, how come
No,
I
th-
didn't get to speak?
No, this is an
And she
answer to a
never
bill.
announced it. Excuse me, she never announced it.
Excuse me, you don't yell out.
No one's yelling out.
Well, then sit down, it's a quorum, there's a system that goes here. If you did an email requested to speak in the time frame requested.
I didn't know there was an
you allowed to
email.
speak. Okay.
And I need to speak about this.
I had a follow-up question.
This mystery death of my father
Look at this.
over here, okay?
The-
What's going on?
Anthony Romano, he just completely killed
This
it.
emergency drill.
It was a great meeting up until that point. He's the stack boy there, right there.
Came out of your
He's the
Office
puppet of stack.
Emergency management.
Commissioner Pontilivski? Commissioner Vasquez? Commissioner Cedeno?
Yeah.
There's no discretion, is there? There's no discretion, right?
Commissioner O'Day?
Well, he didn't know, yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. Nobody wants to hear it. You're all involved. Wait, Brian Stack, you could all be involved. You're disgraceful.
Thank you. All right, but how he acted, Anthony Romano, that was disgusting. Anthony Romano. Who does he think he is? Yeah, so you were respectful. Appreciate you. Okay. And that's the meeting.
Want to set me up in a pandemic, right?
So, ladies and gentlemen,
It should be a disgrace.
that's the
The lady
meeting.
over there didn't even call out.
You can tell us the other.
Can't even talk. 3 minutes. Should be more.
Sir. Not to them, to us.
And advise him that he signed up for the next meeting.
You want to give me your information, or do you want to speak?
No, I should be able to speak. This is a serious thing about my father's mystery death coming out of North Bergen Harbor. And this is all based here. I want to know what happened with this emergency drill here. Okay? Hackensack Bergen Hospital. I want to know. September 19, 2019. This is where my father was. Okay? It doesn't matter. No. Absolutely a term policy. Absolutely. I want to absolutely not. Yes. Absolutely not. Look, I'm not being upset, but you know, I didn't hear it. Yeah, but I didn't hear you didn't say it to anybody about 3 minutes or put your name on the list. Nobody. It seemed like it was not allowing me to speak or something.
If you go back and look at the videos, you can see that in every meeting they don't get that. So
Seriously.
When is the next meeting?
there's it says right here. I have no problem. This is the time. Yeah.
all right, ladies and gentlemen. And so I was just talking with the commissioner who was yelling. And I asked him, why did you do that? Now, the man who wanted to talk, he didn't know that they have this ridiculous rule here that says you have to email at least 24 hours ahead of time to get permission to speak at our meeting. It's absolute garbage. Now, Commissioner Bill O'Day is actually trying to get that changed. He's a good man. He's running for mayor of Jersey City. He needs to win. He's running against disgraced ex-governor Jim McGreevey, who Mayor and State Senator Brian Stack supports, and allegedly dirty guys. And so I support Bill O'Day for mayor of Jersey City, and he's going to make sure the things I've shared today will be taken care of. And so I so appreciate each of you. In fact, let me turn this around so I can see your let's just low audio here. Yeah, I'm going to speak up a little too. And yeah, it was going so well. It didn't have to devolve. That man who wanted to speak, he goes to meetings in Union City. Just for example, anyone speaks. There's no sign up. Not only do they not let you sign up here, but you have to ask for permission 24 hours before the meeting via email. And if you don't, they don't let you speak. And if you do, they arrest you. So that's got to be changed. So I appreciate everyone who's here. I have not seen the chats because the camera was somewhere else when I was speaking. But I appreciate Long Island Audit, Accountability for All, Jersey Watcher, Full Court Press, and What's the Matter You, Oli, Rami, South Jersey News, Juggalass, and Lori. And God bless you all. There's so much more to come. There's so much exposing of Senator and Mayor Stack yet to come. And there are coalitions now being created in different sectors who have had enough of the profound amount of corruption, retaliation from Mayor and State Senator Brian Stack. And the exposure is just getting started. Then there are some people who are running. And by the way, I'm not political. My channel is not political. However, if someone's running for political office and their platform aligns with mine, I'm happy to support them. My singular mission is to continue to investigate and expose Mayor Brian Stack so he gets indicted, Senator Stack. He had me violently removed in what allegedly was a pre-planned attack in Trenton 2 weeks ago while I was speaking during a judiciary meeting in the Senate chambers. Allegedly, he colluded with Governor Phil Murphy, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, the New Jersey State Police, Senator Sarlo of the New Jersey State Senate, and himself to have me violently and aggressively removed while I was speaking during my 5 minutes when I was speaking against Bill 4142, which Stack and friends, they created so that it would, they were going to get the election ballots completely redesigned all across the state so it protects the corrupt incumbent politicians. It makes it easier for them to get reelected. And I was speaking against that bill, as many others did. But the only person who was violently arrested and removed from the chambers at the Senate Judiciary meeting in Trenton was me, Leroy Truth. And Senator Stack attempted to send his latest message. And I was injured in that attack. I went to the ER. I was there for like 5 or 6 hours. My head almost also slammed right into a stone wall in the Senate chambers from the New Jersey State Police. I mean, it was so criminal. So Mayor Brian Stack, it's not a matter of if you're going to be indicted. It's simply a matter of when. And it's going to be happening. And a couple of last items for you, Stack. I've heard your health is not good. Your heart is not good and so forth. I want you healthy. So I heard you're even considering resigning. By the way, I've got inner circle people, Stack, that are contacting me. We're talking your high inner circle. You will not know who they are. But they told me that you were considering resigning because of the stress of having the exposure of your corruption. And I highly recommend you do resign immediately as state senator, as head of the Judiciary Committee, and as a mayor. And go in the beach in Miami, Florida or somewhere. Await your indictment. Because I want you healthy so you can be in prison, federal prison, for decades and decades, along with your best friend, ex-senator and felon, Bob Menendez, who now is going to be going to federal prison. So God bless you all. Good guy activism. God bless you. And make sure to subscribe to him, Jersey Watcher, and South Jersey News. And I love you all. And we, the people, have the power. We have to simply be relentless, fearless, and never stop. And keep, always do it peacefully, but keep investigating, keep exposing. And by the way, for new channels, new people that want to start this, you may feel afraid initially. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Just always do it peacefully, professionally. And some people say, well, Leroy, you never swear in your videos. No, I don't. Because even though, of course, we have a First Amendment right to do so, it's not a wise thing. And I keep it professional. That's something I actually was very inspired from Long Island Audit, because he also keeps it professional as well. And if we ever are in a court of law, which, I am, I've got 6 unlawful criminal charges I am fighting against me, including one for cyber harassment that Senator and Mayor Brian Stack has against me. I have another one for harassment that Chief Ficini has against me. I'm going to be in court 1 week from tomorrow, which is March 21st at 9 a.m. in Newark, New Jersey. If anyone wants to come join the court, feel free. You're in the area, you want to drive, support me. I'm fighting 6 criminal charges against me. I have 9 criminal charges against others. So stay tuned. It's going to be interesting. And I even have an assault charge against me by Union City Commissioner Wendy Guyon. Allegedly, Mayor Brian Stack told her to do that. Even though I have her on camera, literally leading a riot of 6, 7, 8 people, physically pushing me out of a building, where I end up falling and breaking my tripod in pieces. Yet she puts an unlawful, false report of assault against me. So I'm fighting all these charges. My attorney is incredible. His name is Mario Blanche out of West New York, New Jersey. And we have a federal lawsuit that we just filed last Wednesday, somewhere around there, against Mayor Stack, against Senator Stack, against these New Jersey State Troopers, against Union City. So there's much more to come. We're never going to give up until justice is served. So God bless you. Howard County Observer, do a few shout outs here. Kathy Weegley, Call of Duty Auditor, George Daly, Patrick Bellamore, and welcome to bronze level, Wasamatsu. Great to have you as a member. And always your support, financial support is always appreciated. This ain't cheap. I've been self-funding for over 15 months with hotels and video editors and all kinds of things. So I'll end this here. God bless you. Thank you all for joining. Stay tuned for much more to come. God bless you all.